Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out. Die with my own doubts. Be free.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be focusing on Holden's bedroom. He's very excited. We have got him a new bed. He had his toddler bed, which he's starting to get too big for. So we went ahead and bought him a twin size bed, and we got him a loft bed, which he is so excited for. As you can see, he's very excited. So we're going to be doing a little bit of a room transformation today. We are going to continue. We're going to keep doing the train theme. He still is in love with trains, so we're not going to really be doing a huge makeover, but we are going to be removing furniture, getting new furniture, reorganizing, and changing the room around a bit. So there's going to be tons of motivation for you in this video today. I did do a video, if you are curious and you haven't seen it before, I did do a video where I completely redid his bedroom. It was our old office at one point. It was a spare bedroom at one point. So I did a video where I redid the flooring, I redid all the painting and everything. I did these tracks behind me. I completely redid the room. So I will have that linked in the description box below, as well as in a card here somewhere. But today we're going to be setting up his new bed and rearranging things around. So there's going to be a ton of motivation. So let's get right into it. Okay, so as you guys can see, the room is a little bit of a mess. So we're going to have to go ahead and do a quick cleanup of the room in the first place. And then we're going to start hauling things out so that we can get this bed in. This bed is huge. So we're thinking we're probably going to try and place it underneath the window. We'll see how that looks. And then we'll kind of go from there. It could go on either side of the wall too. I was kind of thinking it could go on here, but then we're going to lose half of that train track there. Like, it's pretty high, so we'll miss half that train track. So if anything, maybe we'll end up putting it on this wall, and we can always just move this little gallery train wall just over a bit. That would work. Yeah, so let's get started. Okay, so like I said, we're going to go ahead and get started by just cleaning up the room, because obviously he had been playing in here. So he's going to help me. Look at how cute he is putting his books away. I can't. But he's going to help me by just tidying up the room. That way we can get started, because it's definitely going to be a lot more of a mess once we start moving things around. So we don't want to already have the room a mess, obviously.
Of you and me, sky high, busy life, I wanna leave. Oh, muscle tight, early light, cleanse down door. Say my name, or say it twice. Shed this layer of overthinking. Oh, I don't wanna be less than I can be. Waterfalls wash me. The wicked.
Okay, so now that the room is somewhat clean, we're going to go ahead and start taking things out. So I'm going to start with these huge toys that we're actually going to end up putting downstairs. And look at him, he just wants to get his bed out of there. He's so sweet. He's just already trying to move his bed out. But yeah, we're just going to start taking it slowly and moving things out of the room that we know we aren't going to use. Those big toys that I moved out, we're actually going to keep downstairs. And yeah, but most of the other things are going to end up staying. This little dresser here that he's been using as a nightstand, that's going to come out as well. But everything else probably is going to stay and just be kind of relocated in the room.
Let's go on the longest journey far away. See elephants out in the wild. Forget every word we've ever known. Sunrise, sunset, hopes and dreams and regret. Now it's all the same. Call me out from my shadow self.
So as you guys can probably tell, I'm just kind of moving all of these things that we're going to be keeping in the room, all these little shelves and everything, over to the one side kind of by the closet, just to give us enough room to obviously bring the new bed in. But I don't really want to bring... Basically, the new bed is sitting in my living room right now, and if I bring out all this stuff, I'm not going to have any room for it, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to shove it all to the side, and now I'm going to start to bring in the pieces of the bed. So you guys are going to see here, especially when I bring in the stairs, at this point I'm looking at it and I'm thinking to myself, I'm not sure if this is going to fit, but it fits like just exactly. It was like this room was made for this bed. It fits perfectly. There's just like a couple of inches all the way around so that we can have like a nice little air barrier. That way, if we're not gonna like push it right up against the wall so that no mold grows or anything like that. We live in Canada, so with the change in temperature, a lot of times you want to have a little bit of a barrier, a little bit of air flow around all of your furniture, so it just fits absolutely perfectly. So as you guys can see, I'm just kind of like spacing it out, setting it up to see where it's gonna go, and then we're going to attempt to put it together. And the funniest thing was as I was trying to figure out at first how it goes together, I couldn't remember. Like I worked for Ashley Furniture for years, for like 7 years, and I was their merchandising manager there. So basically their interior designer. I designed the showrooms. And so I had built one of these before, along with, my helpers, and I became really close friends with one of the guys that worked for me, and he would always help build the furniture and everything. That was his job. And I would kind of direct him where to place it and everything. And so I ended up stopping in the middle of this, and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. So I ended up Snapchatting him, and I'm like, do you remember how to build this? And he was like, nope. Luckily, I figured it out anyways.
We are kings of the world, and anywhere it's homebound, we are kings of the world. And tonight is our playground. We are kings of the world, and anywhere it's homebound, we are kings of the world.
I must say, you guys, I was pretty impressed with myself that I was able to get this done by myself. My boyfriend was having a phone call with a friend of his who's been kind of going through a rough time at this time while I was doing this. And I was like, I might need your help. And he's like, okay, well, if you need my help, you can come and get me. And I just wanted to get it done myself so bad because first of all, pride. And second of all, I knew that he was having an important conversation. So I was just like, I really hope I can do it myself. So I was so proud of myself that I was actually able to get this all done. And you guys are going to see, you guys have probably already noticed everybody coming in to check out my progress here. Holden just kept coming in, and the cats kept coming in. They're going what the heck is going on? So everybody just came in to keep checking me out here and see how good I was doing.
Anywhere it's homebound, we are kings of the world. Kings of the world, and anywhere it's homebound, we are kings of the world.
Okay, so now for the final part is to put on these slats, and you guys are going to see here I end up having to redo it because I thought that there was screws for every single slat, and apparently it was like every other slat. So I started screwing them all in, and then I realized I was going to be short of screws, so then I had to go back and take them all out and start all over again. But it was definitely trial and error, but overall I was pretty impressed with how quickly and easily this bed came together, and that I was able to do it by myself.
I can't get up. Tell me things I can't say myself. From you and nobody else. Everything is out of my sight. This is all so new to me. I can do it all in your way. Say all the things that you say. I can do it all in one night. When I go out, the light doesn't shine on me. I fade out. It's all so new to me. I need you, someone to show me the way. The light doesn't.
Okay guys, so we have it built. We are not getting the mattress for another 3 weeks. So he wants to sleep with it with his little toddler mattress in there. So hopefully we don't have any issues with that, with falling through the slats. What we might do is maybe I'll just probably push that like that. And then I have one of those little guardrails we'll push right there. So that probably will be okay. And then in a couple of weeks, the actual mattress will come. So be excited for that. Okay, so the people that sold this to us let us know that what they did with it is they knocked out the back of the bookshelf there on that one side so that their kids could use the rest as a fort, because as you can see, when you go in behind there's this room for a little fort. So Holden has said that he would really like that. So we're gonna go ahead and do the same thing.
It's going to be like a bear poop.
Yeah, it is. It's gonna be awesome.
It's going to be very cool because that reminds me. I cannot build any new forts because my bed is a fort.
There you go. Yeah, we won't have to build any other forts
No,
because your bed is a fort. Pretty neat.
but in case the ghost put it back on, it will not be a fort, just a bed, so we have to make a new one.
Yeah. So I just went ahead and I put this little railing here so that he can't fall out of bed, obviously. And yeah, we know not to step on these, right? Good job. Until your new mattress comes. Okay, so now he has a little access to his little fort. And now we're going to go ahead and just try to start rearranging the rest of the room. So you guys are just going to kind of see me playing around with different placements and just kind of moving things here and there and trying to figure out where it looks best. I never really have like a solid plan of exactly where I'm going to put everything. I just kind of move things around until it looks right to me. So I end up leaving it like this for a while, and then you guys are going to see by the end that I end up swapping out this square bookcase onto the other side of the wall as well. So I just kind of move things until it feels right and it looks right to me. And that's my best piece of advice whenever you are decorating a room, is to just try different things. Like, you can always change it. It's not a big deal. For those of you that don't know, I am a certified interior designer, and that is the career that I was in, like I said, at Ashley Furniture, before I had my son. And then once I had my first son, I became a stay-at-home mom with him, and definitely wouldn't have it any other way. But yeah, so that is but that's what I'm trained in, and I did that for years beforehand. So that's why you guys get so many different room makeovers and stuff like that from me, because I love doing that sort of thing.
It's a storm coming, summer's just around the bend, and my bottle's empty once again, and my feet's burning on the roads we used to walk, where the rivers walked along with us. usual. I'd rather spend a lifetime on my own than ever been in love those years ago. There's a storm coming. I am ready for the cold. I'll be better when the summer's gone. Now the wind's blowing, and I'm right back here again.
You guys, isn't this the coolest thing? These stairs are actually pull-out drawers that you can store things in. I just think that is the coolest thing. It adds so much more storage. For right now, I'm just going to go ahead and put his puzzles in here, but I can see like as he grows older and gets more clothes, that'll be extra storage for clothes. It's just going to be perfect. I'm so happy with this bed. I just can't even explain how happy I am with it for the amount of money we paid for it. We only paid $300 for it, and it's completely opened up the whole room, and it just adds so much storage. Basically, you get a bed and like a dresser in one, and a bookshelf as well. So you get a dresser, a bed, and a bookshelf for the price of $300. You guys definitely check out your local buy and sell sites, your local garage sale sites. You can get some amazing deals on there, and we always check for stuff, especially for the kids, because kids grow out of things so quickly. It's just insane to buy things brand new. I mean, if you're able to afford it, that's fantastic. But like for us, we just don't see why why you would spend the money buying it new if you could get it, for a quarter of the price.
I try to hold it together, keep it together. Not sure who I really am, just be cute and super bland. I try to hold it together, keep it together. Been playing it down, but I'm so getting tired. Now won't you meet high? 'Cause I've been feeling that.
So I'm just continuing to organize everything, and I'm starting out with all of his clothes. I think I'm going to have to go on Amazon and get those little clothing separators for this, because he's just got 3 huge drawers. And I definitely need like something to separate them, because things are just getting shuffled around in there as we've been using it for a couple of weeks. So I think I'm gonna have to go in there and purchase some of those drawer organizers that kind of separate things out a little bit. I am going to take this dresser out of the room. It was in our bedroom for the longest time, and then I had actually just moved it in here a couple of days before we decided to get this bed. So basically I moved it back in, and then I moved it back out, and then now I'm finding it's not working in our bedroom anymore. So we're gonna have to find a home coming up soon here for this dresser. I think I'm actually going to put it downstairs and put all of our like winter mittens and stuff like that in it. It's a good place to store that, because right now I just have all that stuff stored downstairs in a big box. So I think it'll be better to have it all stored in this dresser since it's not being used. But I'm going to go ahead and move this bookshelf into the closet, because he doesn't need a lot of closet space. All that he has hanging up in his closet are like clothes that are too big for him right now. So he doesn't need a lot of closet space. So I'm going to go ahead and just put this in here, and then that way he can store extra toys on here. We're going to have like things like his marble run, his Play-Doh, some extra books that are too tall to fit on the little shelves, his Christmas books, stuff like that. Stuff that he doesn't use that often can go in there. So one of the last things that we're going to do in this room is to install a shelf, just one of those floating shelves. And I just felt like this area needed a little bit of an extra something. And also, since he is losing a nightstand, it's good to have something that he can put like his water up on, as well as his nightlight, that sort of thing. Because now obviously he's too high, he doesn't have a nightstand anymore. So putting a shelf up here just kind of solves that problem. And then also I can kind of display some of the cuter things like from when he was a baby. I'm gonna put on there. You guys will see it in the end. But yeah, I definitely felt like this wide open space needed something there.
So baby, put the Rick skirt on. I'm not gonna need that song.
I'm dancing with the shadows on the bedroom wall. Silhouettes of memories that I can't recall. Trying to be ready for the call. Trying not to fall. Ready for the landfall.
Okay, you guys, we are finished our little mini makeover. So when we come in here on this side, we have our gallery wall, which I did move over a little bit. I recorded a few things when I thought I was recording and I wasn't, so you guys didn't see that part. But yeah, so I just moved over to, like, there were two that way. I moved them over this way. So I extended that out a bit. We've got our books there and some games and some toys. Then over here we have our amazing loft bed. What a great deal we got on this, you guys. We got this for $300. It is like brand new. The only damage on it is just right there. That's it. So it is absolutely amazing. What a good deal. It was $1,200 new. We saw it at the store where I used to work, which is actually furniture. So it's like about $1,200 brand new there. So we got an amazing deal on it for $1,300. So we've got, I ended up leaving this side open so that Holden can have a little fort under here. There's tons of room back here. Space goes all the way to the end of the bed. So there's a little fort in there for him. Then he's got a bookshelf. We have some dressers, and then these drawers also open up, and I just stored his puzzles in here for now. So there's tons of storage, which is great. We've got his train bedding, of course. Then up here, we've got just some special things from when he was born, his pictures, birth weight, all that kind of stuff, and his night light. Then over here, we have our train track wall still intact with our train tracks below it so he can play his train tracks. And then we've got some more toys in there, and then his closet. In his closet, I ended up putting this stand here just with extra toys and books on it that didn't have anywhere else in the room to go. So it's tucked away there, extra bedding and stuff. So yeah. So this is the completed room. Holden is in love with it. He is so excited to sleep in here. And I'm really happy with how it turned out. And my little boy is in a big boy bed now. Anyways, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really hope that you enjoyed today's little mini makeover. Let me know in the comments down below if you did. And like I said, I do have that other video of me completely redoing this room linked in the description box below. So go check it out if you want to see how I did the train tracks on the wall and how I did the flooring, all that kind of stuff. And without further ado, I guess I'll just see you guys in the next one. Bye!
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know.